Welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you're connecting from, and depending. It's going to be morning, afternoon, or evening for you. It's afternoon in Torino. It's a rainy, not rainy, but a bit gray today. But it's a good day to start this training course. So we are very glad to have all of you here with us. So we're going to be starting in 1 second. Just a few colleagues is still joining the Zoom webinar. So we are ready to start. So again, welcome everyone. Just a few words before we jump into the content of the course of the development, negotiating, and implementing bilateral labor migration agreements. We're going to have an opportunity to have a better introduction, but also to get to know each other during this course. But before we jump into the course content and the rules, just a few important notes that we should be aware is that this course is being held in English and French. So if you and we have live interpretation, so you can select your language, your preferred language, at the bottom of your Zoom app, where you have a globe where you can click in and choose either English or French channel. English for English, to listen in English, and French to listening to the French interpretation. On top of that, once we share our presentations, both presentations will be also available, so in English and French. And on top of your screen, you're going to be able to select either the English presentation or the French presentation. The English presentation in this session is going to be with my name, so I will be sharing the PowerPoint. So you just select my name on top of your screen to see the English presentation, or there is someone named Presentation FR French that you can select to see the presentation in French. Okay. A few additional notes. So I would kindly ask you, if possible, to open your camera so we can see you. We can interact with you during the session, not only today, but throughout the course. So we get to know better you during these 3 weeks before you join the face-to-face phase in Turin in the first week of May. Another thing is that if you're not speaking, I would kindly ask you to keep your microphones muted, so we avoid any disruption during the presentation. But in any case, during the presentations, we're going to have discussions. We're going to have an opportunity to open the floor for your questions, thoughts, and sharing experiences. So you will be able to unmute yourself and share your ideas, opinions, and so on. But also, don't hesitate at any time that if you have questions, if you have comments, to raise your hand. You can use the feature on your Zoom of raising hand. So you can raise your hand to ask for the word, and then whoever is handling the session will be able to give you the floor in the most appropriate moment. But also, if you are unable to speak, you can use the chat box to share questions, to share thoughts, to share ideas. So don't hesitate, don't be afraid, don't be shy. This is a learning for everyone. So we're gonna be here sharing our experiences, expertise, and our cultural, our specificities that we deal in our daily basis. And we're going to be learning with each other among these 3 weeks online first, then during the 5 days in Turin for the face-to-face, and then the last week, where we're going to have a wrap-up, a closing webinar, and we're going to see what's next. If at this point there is no additional questions or additional information. I will be sharing my screen and starting this presentation. For today is more let's get to know each other and a bit of the course content and so on. So it's the first opportunity for all of us to speak and to start knowing each other. So let me share my screen, the English one. So probably at the bottom or at the top of your screen, you'll be able to select either my screen that I'm sharing. So Ian, Elton, Maciel, ITCILO, you're going to see the English presentation, or you can select also the French presentation. We're going to see the French slides. Okay. If we are good to go, let me start talking to you. So again, you sign up for this course course on developing, negotiating, and implementing bilateral labor agreements, and this whole course is designed to understand better how to use bilateral labor migration agreements and other instruments to improve the governance of labor migration, not only the governance, but also to promote and protect the rights of migrant workers across the globe, enhancing the development linkages that we have in different areas of where migration touches. So this course also, especially during the face-to-face, you're going to see aims to reinforce your negotiation skills and techniques that involves the adoption and follow-up of bilateral and multilateral agreements. So you're going to see that we're going to have specific sessions on negotiation skills for bilateral labor migration agreements or memorandum of understanding and other technical documents that and it's very practical, very dynamic, where you're going to have an opportunity to not only learn, but bring your experience to the table and add on top of everything that we'll be discussing over the next few weeks. So basically, the objectives of this course is, of course, discuss potential challenges for effective implementation of BLAs and MOUs and the way forward. So this is from day one, from today until the last day of this course. We're going to see not only the implementation, we're going to see the key concepts, the key aspects of a bilateral labor migration agreement, but also the impact and the challenges for the implementation, for the monitoring, for the evaluation, and so on of BLAs over the next 5 weeks. We're gonna look at the role, objectives, challenges, and opportunities associated with the negotiation of BLAs, and we're gonna see the key policy priorities that justify the need to adopt BLAs. We're going to also look at important good practices based on specific criteria drawn from international standards, from international instruments, highlighting agreements that could lead to better outcomes in terms of migration governance and protection of migrant workers, looking at, for instance, fair recruitment, looking at the social protection, although it's a more specific agreement when you talk about social protection, but we're going to touch on all those aspects for you to better understand and to enhance your knowledge on BLAs and MOUs and how to put in practice the negotiation of those instruments. And also the last bullet point here, it's to understand the negotiation process and techniques for effective negotiation. So we're going to see that not only with dynamic sessions in Turing, but also throughout the group work that I'm going to explain later on more in more detail how it's going to work. But you're going to be sitting and putting yourself in the shoes of real negotiation where, although in hypothetical countries, putting yourselves in a real situation of negotiation and gonna put in practice the techniques of effective negotiation for a BLMA. Um, so basically, what we're gonna cover during these 5 weeks in terms of technical content on BLMAs is the historical overview and current developments, the types and general rules of bilateral labor migration agreements, regional and global trends, the normative foundations, so the international foundations and global guidance, minimum standards and provisions for BLMAs and MOUs. We're going to look at the skills, dimensions, and the social protection in BLMAs. We're going to mainstream gender throughout the adoption of bilateral labor migration agreements. And we're going to understand how to make agreements work. So in the implementation phase and also in the evaluation phase, we're going to look at how to evaluate if this is working, what is not working, what need to be reframed, what need to be renegotiated, and so on. So also monitoring the implementation and the execution of BLMAs and the evaluation of those instruments in force. We're going to look at a good practice review. So we're going to see some good practices and also it's always good to see both sides, so good practices and bad practices. Not saying bad practices, but what works, what it doesn't work, what was not working in the past, and maybe something has changed and now it's working. So I'm going to see different aspects of BLMAs that covers all the important good practices that can be a foundation or can be an example for you to start thinking on your daily work and so on. In terms of content of negotiation skills, we're going to see the process and stages of negotiating a bilateral labor migration agreements. We're going to understand the different types of negotiation styles, because when we are sitting at a negotiation table, we have different negotiators and each negotiator has a different negotiation style. So we're going to look at that, different styles, and also we're going to look at to understand the characteristics of position-based and needs-based negotiation. So when someone is being positional or being about something to that's negotiating during the negotiation, but also we're gonna see how to move from a positional-based negotiation to a needs-based negotiation, and how to make that easily and softly, and in a way that we can reach a better outcome of this negotiation. And we're going to look at the behaviors of effective negotiators. Not saying that we're going to see all the behaviors of people, but usually what we're going to see what usually people do when they are negotiating effectively bilateral labor migration agreements. And throughout this course, we're going to meet the team. So I didn't introduce myself on purpose at the beginning. So my name is Elton. I work as Associate Program Officer at the SPGT, at the Social Protection, Governance and Tripartism Department of the ITCILO, specifically within the Labor Migration Cluster. And I will be leading this course with my colleagues that I will ask them to introduce themselves very quickly and very briefly. So hello, everyone, again, now properly introduced. So if you have any questions, any comments during the course, you are always free to send us a message, send an email, or chat with us during the live sessions, so we can assist you throughout your learning journey. So before I move on, so let me give the floor first to Michela Obertassi, so she can introduce herself. So Miki.
Thank you, Elton, and apologies for the slight delay as I am also sharing my screen. My name is Michela Bertazzi, Miki for short, and I'm currently coordinating the labor migration cluster here at ITCILO, and it's a great pleasure to be with you today for this inaugural session, and a very warm welcome to this learning journey. I'm going to take the opportunity of having the floor right now to address one of the questions that I'm seeing in the chat, and I was typing my response. So if you would like to switch, so you can listen to the presentation in two languages by using the globe icon at the bottom of your screen. But you can also choose which slides to look at as we go through the presentation. So you will find at the top of your screen, there's a button that's labeled screen share. And if you click on it, you will see the option either to look at the presentation in French, which is my screen, it's labeled presentation FR, or you can click on EN under dash Elton for English. So that's also how you can choose which language you want to look at on top of what language we want to listen to. So apologies for the short announcement, and thank you for the chance to introduce myself. Over to you, Elton.
Thank you, Mickey. Now let me give you the floor to the person next to me on the slide. So Marion Christophe. Marion, please, over to you.
Hello to everybody. Greetings from the ITCILO in Turin. My name is Marion Christophe. I'm French and Italian, and I've been working at this ITCILO since year 2000. I'm very happy to finally meet you online, and even more happy to be able to know you in person very soon, 3 weeks from now. I'm available. You all have my email for any kind of questions you might have. There is no stupid questions, so anything you might need from now on, also for the residential part, don't hesitate to contact me. Over to you, Alton.
Thank you, Marion. And now let me give you the floor to the person next to Michaela on the slide. So it's Hisham. Hisham, over to you.
Thank you very much, Elton. It's a pleasure to be here with you in this course. I will not be with you all the time. I will have the pleasure of subbing in for Marion, but I'm looking forward to seeing you, especially here during the residential phase of this course. My name is Hisham Abdurrahman. I'm from Sudan and Italy at the same time. I am a product of migration. We'll have a chance to discuss that hopefully during our residential phase together. I've been working at ITCILO since 2016, and I'm happy to say that the majority of it has been within the labor migration cluster. And again, I look forward to seeing you all. I'll be supporting you along with Marion and the team in this learning journey. Back to you, Elton.
Thank you, Hisham. Now that we are all introduced, I'm sure that you have been seeing also some emails from a colleague, Juan Sebastian, who is also a course tutor within this course. And you may see some additional messages through the eCampus reminding you to connect to the session or the upcoming session, or also activities that you need to complete. So if you see his name, he's not here, he's in the screen. He could not join the session today, but he's also part of the team. So we can welcome Juan Sebastian as well. Okay, so let me then jump to our course schedule. So we're going to have 3 phases, let's say. So throughout 5 weeks, we're going to look at 3 components. So the first phase is the one that we are starting today. It's an online tutor-based where we're going to look at different modules, especially the key introduction to bilateral labor migration agreements. We're going to look at concepts, we're going to look at context, and so on. So during this phase, you're going to have webinars. So this week we have 2 webinars. Next week you're going to have another 2 webinars. And you're going to have also activities to complete through the eCampus. I'm gonna very soon show the eCampus to you, but you must have received your access to the eCampus platform. So if you have not yet accessed your eCampus platform, please do so. Check the useful information at the very beginning, and also the activities that you need to complete complete the course and to receive a certificate at the end. We're going to talk about that much more later. So this first week, especially, there are two modules, tutor-based, that you need to complete: the case of BLMAs and getting right on paper. So there are two self-learning tools available on eCampus that you can complete. It's part of your mandatory activities to complete. And also those self-learning tools, saying that it's self-paced, so you can complete on your own pace, at your own time, the best time that you can complete those activities. But you're gonna also have to complete some quizzes every week. We're gonna have a weekly quiz, but also a forum discussion where we're gonna pose questions to you, and we're gonna ask your reflections on those questions. So be prepared to share your own your personal thoughts. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your experience, and we want to hear and to share all the experience within this classroom throughout those weeks. Then we jump to phase 2, where is in 3 weeks' time, we're gonna meet you here in Turin, where we're gonna have 5 days focusing on building and exchanging knowledge. We're gonna have a group work, a simulation of a negotiation, and then you have a final quiz to complete regarding the residential phase. And then finally, we're gonna have the third phase, which is also online, but and this time individual. You're gonna have a final quiz, a final evaluation, a final forum of discussion, and a final assignment. A final assignment is required to achieve to get the certificate of achievement. So I'm going to explain a little bit more in detail which certificates you can achieve during this course. You can get either a certificate of participation or a certificate of achievement. But to get the certificate of achievement, you will need to complete the final assignment. That instructions will be followed afterwards. So during this first week, as I was mentioning, you have 2 self-guided modules with readings, videos that you need to complete. So today we are having this opening webinar just to set the rules, just to set the scene, and to understand what we are going to be looking over the next 5 weeks. And then this Thursday, we're going to meet again for the first content-based webinar on key concepts and context of bilateral labor migration agreement. I will be with you this Thursday, sharing these initial concepts and key to have our solid foundation on the understanding of bilateral labor migration agreements to move forward throughout the course. Then we're gonna have the first weekly forum discussion and a weekly quiz where you're gonna have 20 questions of multiple choice that you need to complete during the within the time frame, but also on eCampus. Next week, from 21st April to 2nd May, is the second module. So where we're gonna have the getting right on paper. You're going to have some self-guided modules as well with readings and videos that you need to look at to complete. And then we're going to have 4 content-based webinars over 2 weeks on every Tuesday, on Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. So we're going to send you reminders. We're going to send you all the information that you need to access the Zoom meeting with these webinars over the next 2 weeks. So at the end of each week, you're going to have also the weekly quiz with 20 questions of multiple choice, and the weekly forum where we're going to have the question or some some information for you to reflect and to share your views over that week. Then on the residential phase, so from the on the first week of May, we're gonna meet in Turin for a very interesting week and a very intensive week, because it's gonna be over 4 days and a half. Let's say from Monday to Thursday, the whole day, and Friday half day. We're gonna meet. We're gonna have plenty of discussion, technical discussions. We're gonna look at the group work. We're gonna sit and try to emulate a real case scenario where we're gonna have time to negotiate a real bilateral labor migration agreements among 2 different countries. So basically, the agenda will be set and will be shared with you through the campus very soon. We are just waiting to confirm a few speakers, guest speakers, for the residential phase. But then, just to let you know, basically we set the residential phase as we have the technical sessions during the morning, and during the afternoon we have the focus on negotiation skills and also on the group work that you need to negotiate. Don't think that the group work it's something simple, it's something easy, but it's something that we're gonna put you to work. We're gonna give you. I don't like to say hard time, because it's not hard time, because it's very nice time actually. But you're gonna engage in your groups. Each of you are going to have a role to play, and it's gonna be very interesting. Usually, it's very interesting. We try to have the group work ongoing within the day, but then sometimes we have groups that they keep negotiating over time classes, so over the time during the night, during dinner, and so on. So how that's how life works as well. So we're gonna see your commitment. We expect you to commit and to be very into the negotiation of a real bilateral labor migration agreement. So, as I was saying, the group work, it's a simulation, it's a role play between a country of origin and a country of destination. Obviously, it's something very hypothetical and fictional. 2 countries named Baruba and Neo. And you're going to have this task of negotiating a bilateral labor migration agreement. We're going to give you all the information. We're going to give you your role. We're going to give you the background information of each of the roles involved in the negotiation, the group. So you will be able to really sit and negotiate a bilateral labor migration agreement. It lasts the whole week. You're going to see that it's very intense and interesting. And on the last day of the course, you will finalize the agreement, the negotiation. You're going to present the results, and we're going to give you a feedback over the negotiation process, but also on the content of the agreement negotiated. Okay. The group work itself, it demands active participation from all of you, and the group work, it counts up to 30 points in total of the grading of this course. And then finally, the last week, from 11 to 16 of May, we're going to have one webinar where we're going to listen to different experiences. The day still need to be confirmed, but we're going to let you know. And also, it's a closing webinar where we're going to look at the way forward, where we're going to wrap up everything that we have been discussing over the last over the entire duration of the course. And then we're going to be together to understand the way forward of the world of bilateral labor migration agreements. The final assignment, as I said, it's mandatory for those who are seeking to get the certificate of achievement. We're going to have 5 questions. You're going to need to pick 3 of them out of these 5 and answer each in approximately 500 words each. You're going to have a deadline. As you see, you have almost 1 month to complete the final assignment. So you have time to reflect, to understand, to digest all the knowledge that you have been acquiring over the 5 weeks of this course, and then to put in writing something depending on the questions that you choose to answer. Finally, we're gonna let you also some time to complete all the quizzes and your participation in the forum discussions. So you're gonna have still you're gonna have 2 weeks after the end of the course to finalize your participation in the forum and the quizzes. And why we are giving this extra time, because we know that everyone has not only work responsibilities, family responsibilities. When we are online, we are in different time zones, but also when we are in Turing, we expect you to be fully immersed and fully dedicated to the sessions face to face. So we expect your active participation. We expect that you'll be active listening all the sessions and contributing to the discussion, so we can have a high level discussion in all the sessions that we're going to have. And then you have this extra time, because then if you for any reason you have missed one session, or if you have missed the time to submit your discussion in the forum or to complete the quiz, you still have some time after the end of the course to complete and to get the points towards the certificate that you want to get. Also, just to remind that if for any reason you are not able to attend the online session, the sessions are going to be recorded. As you can see, this one is being recorded, and they will be posted on eCampus after the session, as well as the presentations will be also available always on the eCampus after the sessions. So the certificates. During this course, you have two types of certificates that you can seek to achieve: the certificate of achievement and the certificate of participation. The certificate of participation is there for the ones that don't want to complete the final assignment. If you don't want to pursue, for instance, the diploma for labor migration experts and practitioners, that I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. So if you just want to complete this course and have a certificate of participation, you just need to complete a few tasks and achieve at least 30 points. 30 points out of 100, that is the total number of points throughout the course, to have the certificate of participation at the end. However, if you want to pursue the certificate of achievement, then you have to achieve the minimum of 60 points out of 100, being composed by quizzes. All the quizzes that you have weekly are up to they can be up to 20 points. The weekly forum. So if you complete all the quizzes over the 5 weeks, you can earn up to 20 points. If you contribute to all the weekly forum over the 5 weeks, you can also earn up to 20 points. If you have an active participation during the group work and the case studies, you can earn up to 30 points. And then finally, if you submit the final assignment, you can earn also up to 30 points, totaling 100 points at the end of the course. The certificate of achievement, it's important for those who want to pursue the diploma for labor migration experts and practitioners that we offer. It's one of the courses that we have that are give you the eligibility to pursue the diploma. For achieving the diploma, you need to complete 3 open courses and also the Labor Migration Academy that happens in the middle of the year. So this year we're going to have in July. So if this is your first course, with us. This may be the starting track, the starting path of your next diploma. So for the diploma for labor migration experts and practitioners. If you have already taken one of our open course on migration and you have already got the certificate of achievement for any of the best open courses that you participated, this is maybe the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. How many certificates achievement you want to get by completing all our courses. So this may be your starting point from the diploma, the midpoint, or maybe the last course that you need to complete to achieve the diploma for labor migration experts. We're going to have time to talk more about the diploma. If you are interested in to know more, we can share information. We can share links where you can understand how the diploma path works. I see that my colleagues have been sharing already in the chat box the link to our webpage on the diploma for labor migration experts. So please have a look, and if you have any questions, then you just let us know at any point. If not online, here in Turin in 2 weeks' time. Just see in terms of time. So all this information that I've been speaking now are available on our eCampus. As I said, you probably have received already your login information to access eCampus if it's your first course. If it's not your first course, you already had your credentials to access eCampus, so you can go there on your dashboard and access the Developing, Negotiating, and Implementing Bilateral Labor Migration Agreements 2025, where you can look at the useful information and getting started, and then all the sections below where you're gonna have access to the learning material, to the learning resources, and all and much more. So if you have any issues on accessing the eCampus, please let us know. Send us an email or just write here on the chat to us, so we can assist you to have the correct access and the login to start your learning journey with us. So for the first day, I would say thank you or merci. Let me stop sharing here. And maybe let me quickly open the floor to all of you just to see if you have any questions or any comments. And then if not, I can just leave the floor for you to maybe share your first impressions, or maybe I have a further question for you. So let me just quickly see if there's any questions or comments so far.
Thank you, Elton. Just to let you know, there's nothing in the chat for the moment. I don't see any raised hands, but I do see people nodding their head as in agreement. So I take that as a positive and thumbs up here and there. So I take that as a positive feedback. Maybe, if I may, a couple of minutes to go through the eCampus platform, if that's okay.
Yep.
Just for participants to have a look at what the let's say the online learning environment is going to look like. And I don't know if you want to share on your side or if you want me to share.
I can share. I have it ready here. So
Thank you.
let me share. Unless they are tired of hearing my voice, I will share my screen. There you go. So this is your first page once you access the eCampus. And then, of course, if you sign up as an English speaker, your course language will be English here. Otherwise, if you are assigned as a French speaking, you're gonna access the French page of the eCampus. So don't be afraid that don't be afraid that all the information is either in English or French, depending on your preferred choice. So when you enter the eCampus, you're gonna have this this view. not exactly this view because I have administrative access, so I can see all the information in the eCampus. But basically, you're gonna have access to this. The first three blocks are already available to you. So let me actually switch row to student, so you can see the same. You can see the same information that you're gonna see once you open your eCampus. So once you land in the main page, you're gonna have access to the useful information. So we ask you to read the learning agreement, check the course overview, and meet the experts and the course team. And then you have the course agenda in English and French available on eCampus. Maybe if you notice something that is glitching, or if it's something that is not appearing well to you, I ask you to also let us know, so we can rearrange things on the eCampus to make sure that you have the right information in front of you. So this is the useful information. It's important. I reinforce the importance of reading the learning agreement, because here we're going to have all the information regarding the process, the learning process, but also in terms of the assignment, in terms of the use of AI in assignments, in the discussions, and so on. So please make sure that you comply with those rules. They are very important for the correct completion of the course on all the standards that we expect you to complete. And then on the getting started section, the second section, you can update your profile. So please update your profile if you have not updated yet. We want to know from you, what do you already know about bilateral labor migration agreements? So there is already a question there for you to understand, for us to understand you. What do you know about bilateral labor migration agreements? This is basically one pre-knowledge assessment test. So it's something that you must complete to get the certificate at the end. The same test that you are going to have it here, you're going to need to answer at the end. That is the final quiz, the final quiz assessment that we have for you. And then you have an icebreaker here. We just want you to describe within this forum what are the challenges related to BLAs and migration in your professional context. So please come here, enter the discussion, add a discussion topic. Then you can write the topic, the subject of the discussion, and your message here, and then you post to forum. So we're gonna we're gonna read from you what are the challenges related to bilateral labor agreements that you face in your own context. So this is also good for us to understand where you come from, what you see as a challenge, and maybe start building up on the content that we're gonna see over the next weeks. Then finally, you have also already available here the week 1 exploring the key concepts, where we're gonna have we are having now the welcome webinar, and we're gonna have the bilateral labor migration agreements context and key concepts webinar on this Thursday at 2 p.m. Turin time. Also, there are some training materials for you to check and to complete. So we have the first module, self-guided module here on bilateral labor migration agreements, that's gonna give you also the foundation of BLMAs, and then some resources on how can BLMAs facilitate good governance on labor migration, and also understanding migration of low-skilled workers. So there are some readings for you to deep dive into the technical context. Then there are also the section on activities that you need to complete by the end of each week. So by the end of week 1, you need to complete and add the discussion, the weekly forum, and also to complete the quiz module on week 1. So every week, you're going to see a new topic at the bottom. So after that, after we complete week 1, you're going to see another section here opening the week 2. Content with webinars, with training materials, and also with activities to complete by the end of each week. And if you're not able to complete by the end of each week, by the end of the course, according to the deadlines that I mentioned before. One piece of advice, if I may, I would complete each activity weekly, because then you don't get overwhelmed at the end of the course, and then maybe you have more time to reflect and to work on your final assignment to get the certificate of achievement at the end of the course. So that's just a piece of advice that just to not let you to build a lot of activities to complete by the end, because we know that we have work responsibilities, family responsibilities. So if you leave everything to complete at the end, you're going to be overloaded, and we don't want you to be overloaded. We want you, we want you to learn. We want to absorb the learning, but also to apply the learning later on your daily basis. I think that's all on the eCampus. If you go here on the top, you also have the list of people joining the course. You have our emails. You have all the information that you need to contact us. For instance, if you need to send an email to me, please do so. My email address is here. You can contact all the team. All the course team is also here, available for your access. Then forums are going to appear here, but you're going to also see the weekly forums on the course page, and also the certification. You can have more information about the certification on this tab. If you want to check your completion status, all the activities that you complete are going to be appearing here. So for instance, I just completed only 3 activities out of 12 so far. So but don't be afraid. This is just for you to understand the completion status of the activities, what is pending, what's not pending, what you completed. And if you have any issues with that, please also let us know so we can assist you with that. You can have access to information on Campus Live once before coming to Turin, but you're gonna receive a welcome letter and also all the information that you need for your stay in Torino. So yeah, so let me stop sharing now, and maybe also maybe open the floor to all of you, to any of you that want to share anything. If you have any questions or any comments, I'll be happy to hear from you. No questions, no comments so far? Well, I'm sure that questions and comments are gonna come at some point. I know that's a lot of information to digest in the first site. So don't worry. I'm sure that you will be having your questions in the coming sessions, but also before joining us in Turin for the face-to-face. That's going to be very exciting and intensive. Miki, I don't know if you want to add anything.
No, thank you, Elton. I think you did a great job in introducing the course. The only thing that I can possibly add is that I'm very much looking forward to meeting everyone in person in Turin in the next few weeks, but also to engaging with them in the online sessions that are coming up. If you are having any problems in accessing the eCampus, please make sure to send us a message. Maybe one word of caution is to include the course title in the subject of your email, because we have more than one course going on at the same time, so that we can better assist you and directly find or facilitate access to the information that you need, just make sure to correctly identify the course, include the title of the course in the messages that you send to us. And apart from that, we're here to assist you and to make this learning opportunity as relevant and as useful and pleasant, I would say, as well as possible. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Miki. Maybe one last thing now that it's towards the end of the session and we still have some minutes. Maybe, and I guess that everyone that would join has joined at this point. So I would again kindly ask all of you for the online sessions that if you can, two things. One, rename yourself so we can see your name. So for the next session on Thursday, 17th of April from 2 to 3:30, if you can, if you have your name on Zoom, that's fine. If you don't have it, like I see, for instance, user or Redmi Note 9 Pro, please just make sure that you rename yourself so we can know you. We can know who has joined the session. Because the attendance of the session can award you extra points at the end of the course. So being active, participating during the online, but also during the face-to-face can get you additional points, extra points for you to achieve the certificate of achievement. So we expect you to be participating in the course throughout these 5 weeks, and also not only by appearing here, but also to by sharing your experiences and views on the topics that we'll be discussing. The second thing that I would kindly ask you to remind every online session is that if it's possible to open your cameras so we can see you, and the speakers can see you as well, and not only speak to a black screen. So it's always good to see your faces on the other side of the screen, and also to start getting comfortable with each other. So when once you are here in Torino, we already have break the ice, let's say, and we are already a group that will be learning together during the 5 days in Turin in 2 weeks' time. So those are my two requests for you. If you could do so for the next online sessions, it makes a difference, I must say, and it's a pleasure to see your face, to see your reactions, and to see how it's going over the session. Then let me take the opportunity for the last final minutes to again open the floor maybe to one or two of you. Just maybe if you can share, what do you expect from this course? I'm not going to ask all of you because we're going to do something similar also in Turing, but as we are starting today and we're going to meet the next weeks online before joining in Turing, let me hear from maybe one or two of you. What do you expect from the course? What is your experience with bilateral labor migration agreements? Just maybe one or two of you volunteers, and then I can say that it's my first let's say catch is that we always ask you to volunteer yourself. If you do not volunteer, we can volunteer you. So I see that Ibrahima is already opened the mic. So
I can go next.
Hello, oui. Bonjour.
Yes, bonjour.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello,
Yes,
can you
please,
hear
go
me?
ahead. Yes, please go ahead.
Vous me recevez?
Oui, c'est bon.
Okay. Je me nomme Ibrahim Touré, en service
So
au
I
ministère
am
des Affaires
Ibrahima Souhuri Habutare. I am in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and my participation to this course on the implementation of bilateral labor migration agreements, well, it is fundamental for me because I am in charge of the governance of migration in Guinea, and I expect from this course to get a lot of experience in the governance of migrations and of labor migration, so that I can build and that can do a lot with the sectorial players that work in the Republic of Guinea. So for me, it will be very useful and a real satisfaction to participate to this online course and also to the residential phase in Turin in May. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ibrahima. Thank you very much. It's good to hear your expectations and also the role that you play in your country. That's going to bring a lot of experience and expertise to the discussions during the online and also the residential phase. Thank you very much. I saw before, Bete, please, Bete Liang. Excuse me, please go ahead.
It's okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Elton. It's Bethlehem. I work for GIZ Better Migration Management Program. I'm based in Ethiopia. I'm so happy to join this course. And from this course, I would expect that I will learn about the best practices regarding developing bilateral labor migration agreements. So currently, I participated in amendment of bilateral labor agreement between Ethiopia and Qatar. So I supported the Ministry of Labor and Skills of Ethiopia in terms of amending some articles of the existing bilateral labor agreement. So I believe that the expertise and the trainings that I get from this course will help me to support the Ministry of Labor and Skills of Ethiopia very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very interesting. And definitely we're gonna look at the different experiences and different ways to build up bilateral labor migration agreements, how to put right on paper and so on. So it's gonna build on the experience and expertise of different people coming to speak and to improve our knowledge throughout the whole course. So thank you. Let's move to the last one. El Haji Abdul Karim Sisse.
Oui, bonjour, merci beaucoup.
Good afternoon, thanks a lot.
Permettez-moi d'abord de vous remercier
Please,
pour
first let me thank you
les présentations
for
d'usage. Je pense que
the
vous avez bien
overview
expliqué
of the
un peu
course.
tout le déroulé
I
du
believe
cours.
that you have well
Et je
explained
voudrais
how the
donc
course will
remercier Monsieur Martial Elton
take
et toute
place.
l'équipe pour
And
toutes
I
les
would like to
informations
thank
que vous avez pu partager
Elton
avec
and
nous.
the entire team
Je
for all
voudrais
the
vraiment
information you
me
could share
réjouir
with
aussi
us.
de ma participation à cette rencontre
I
ou à ce
would
cours,
also
parce qu'au
thank you
Sénégal, nous
for
avons
admitting my
engagé
participation.
aussi
In
récemment
Senegal, we
beaucoup
have recently
de travaux et de négociations, surtout dans le
launched
cadre
several negotiations
de l'élaboration et d'accords
in the
bilatéraux avec des
framework
pays.
of
Donc, je
drafting
pense que
bilateral
avec
agreements
les
with
partages
different countries.
d'expérience, avec
And
votre
therefore, I believe
expertise, nous
that with
pourrons quand même
knowledge sharing, with the expertise,
obtenir, disons, beaucoup d'éléments qui vont
we
nous
can
permettre
obtain several elements
avec tous les acteurs gouvernementaux
that are going
d'engager un
to
peu
enable us and
une bonne
stakeholders and
négociation, mais
governmental
surtout
actors
un
to
bon suivi de
engage
ça.
in a good
Je pense
negotiation
que
and
c'est
also good
fondamental.
follow-up.
Une chose, c'est de signer
That's
des accords.
fundamental.
Autre chose,
One
c'est
thing is to
pouvoir
sign
assurer un
agreements,
suivi
another
important de
thing
ces
is
accords
to
pour
follow them
permettre un
through,
peu vraiment de
so as
mesurer
to
et de montrer un peu l'impact
enable
aussi
us
de la
to
migration.
better measure
Voilà,
the
merci
impact
encore
on
pour toi
labor
et
migration. Thanks a
je pense
lot,
qu'à bientôt.
and see you soon.
Thank you very much. Indeed, very interesting. And one of the biggest challenges definitely is not only implementation, but also monitoring and evaluating the bilateral labor migration agreements in place. And we're going to look at that. We're going to look at the challenges and the opportunities also, because once we have challenges, we also have opportunities to improve, change, modify. So we're gonna see very much in detail different aspects of those challenges. So thank you very much. I saw the last one, Pikauna. Maybe you want to share being the last one.
Thank you very much, Elton. Good afternoon. I'm PY Kaunan. I'm from the Philippines Department of Migrant Workers. I am the Undersecretary for International Cooperation and Policy. And I lead the department's efforts in negotiating bilateral labor migration agreements. So I'm very excited about this course being offered by ITCILO and very thankful for the opportunity to be able to meet with a lot of experts, I'm sure from different countries. On the part of the department we are that I represent, we really look forward into being able to come up with a stronger compliance and impact assessment framework for bilateral labor agreements. We want to share the Philippines experience, but at the same time, we also would like to learn from the best practices all over the world. So thank you again and good afternoon.
Thank you, PY Kawan. We're going to meet here, and definitely it's a very interesting to understand better how to better to improve the compliance and impact and build a very strong impact assessment on the implementation on the existing bilateral labor migration agreements. So thank you very much. Well, I don't see any other questions.
Hi.
Yes, Miriam,
Yes.
please.
I'm Miriam Bonzo. I'm from Kenya. I'm a private labor exporter from Kenya recruitment agency, and I'm very excited to be here. This will be my second course with ITCILO, hoping to finish and get to the third one. My main goal is to get the diploma for labor expert and practitioner. I'm also hoping to learn as a labor recruiter, as a private recruiter, to learn on the different aspects of developing and negotiating bilateral agreements between government to government. This will help me when I'm doing my own MOUs with private companies, and to know which guidelines I should follow and which I should not follow. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Miriam. It's going to be a pleasure to have you with us as well, bringing your experience to the table, and also to share new ideas and how to move forward with bilateral labor migration agreements in a better, putting that in a better place. So thank you very much. Thank you all. I think we are reaching the end of the session, but I always say that's my last request, but it seems that I have a lot of last requests. So that's going to be my last one for today, for sure. I would kindly ask all of you maybe to open your camera so we can have opening screenshot of the screen, so we can have a group picture, our first group picture before we move. We call off the day, and then we move to the real action, starting looking at the learning materials and resources available on the campus, and preparing for the next session on Thursday. So I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to open your cameras if you can. If you cannot, that's fine, but if you can, that would be nice. And I would do one screenshot here, but I will ask my colleagues as well to take some, so we can have different ones, and maybe we can choose the best one to have as the first souvenir among us. So let me count until 3, and then please just look at the camera and smile, so we have our first group picture. So 1, 2, 3. Cheese. great. Depending on the cheese that you want, you're going to have a great smile. But thank you very much. Thank you all. It was a pleasure to meet you for the first time now. We're going to have an opportunity to meet again next Thursday and over the next weeks. And I'm looking forward to meet all of you in Turin for our intensive week of learning and sharing knowledge and experiences. So it's going to be. I'm very excited to be in front of this course, but also I'm very excited to be backed up and be together with the whole team, Michaela, Marion, Hisham, and our dear interpreters that are going to provide the interpretation throughout the online sessions, but also here in Turin in 2 weeks' time. So thank you very much. Thank you all. We'll be in touch, and I hope to see all of you this Thursday for our first technical session.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.